I'm Kaylee, and this is my summer reading wrap-up. At the beginning of the summer, I set out this chart for myself of review copies that had been sent to me from publishers in exchange for a free and honest review, and they had really been piling up. And so I set up this chart that I was going to get them all read before school starts the second week of August. So here we are, the second week of August, and I'm going to let you know how I've been doing. I fell a bit behind, and so in July I had to do a catch-up day, and I actually filmed a vlog video of all the books that I read in one day. I just read a ton of, I think it was like 15 picture books and 10 regular books or something. It was an insane amount in one day. So I got all caught up, and then I tried to stay on top of it pretty well after that and tried to stick with my little reading schedule that I had set for myself. And I did really well. My little chart here goes all the way through August 6th because now this coming week is when I start back teaching full time. So from May 22nd to August 6th is my little chart here. And I finished all of the picture books. I got all the picture books done, but I fell a little bit behind on some of the other books. So I still have 5 left that I did not get to. The goal was to read 131 books total in 71 days. So I actually, because of the 5 that I did not finish, I read 126 books total. That was 78 picture books, 18 graphic novels, and 30 books. I have to say I'm pretty proud of myself. I enjoyed a lot of that reading. There were only, 2 picture books that I DNF'd and 2 regular books that I DNF'd. So other than those few ones that I DNF'd, I really enjoyed all the reading I did this summer. So let me show you the 5 books that I didn't get to. I figure if I just finish those by the end of August, before I start the 30 books in 30 days readathon in September, then I'll be fine. So I have a little bit left to go in August. I didn't get around to the Elf Dog and Owlhead. This looks super cool. I was kind of like saving this for last because it looks so interesting. And so now I'm glad that I get to read this in August. Another one is The Magician's Elephant by Kate DiCamillo. I have read other things by this author, but I've never read this one. And of course, I've heard really good things about it. And it says it's a Netflix film. Unfortunately, that is not a sticker. That is actually on the cover. So I hate when they do that, when they print a thing that looks like a sticker, but it isn't. And so then you can't take it off. That's very annoying. But I'm really looking forward to this one as well. I just started reading Maybe You Should Give Up. 7 ways to get out of your own way and take control of your life. So I'm looking forward to this one. I'm gonna be reading some of this today, actually. And I was delighted to receive the 5th book in the Myrtle Hardcastle mystery series. This one is Myrtle, Means, and Opportunity. I have loved every single book in this series. I have just fallen in love with Myrtle Hardcastle. I just adore it. Every single one of these books has gotten 5 stars. So you know I am super excited for this one. I've been saving this one up for last. You know, this is like the dessert at the end of the meal, okay? This one is going to be fabulous. I can't wait to dive in. Speaking of the dessert at the end of the meal, I have been saving up The Secrets of Hartwood Hall. I received it, oh my gosh, months and months ago, and I keep putting off reading it because I'm so excited about it and because I know that like I have to be in just the right mood. Because the author is Katie over at Books and Things, and she's one of my favorite booktubers, I feel like, ooh, I really want to do it justice and do a really good review video of this. And I just know I'm going to love it, but I also know that in order to enjoy it to the utmost, I have to be in the right mood. I am such a mood reader. So especially when I have a book that's for review, it's almost like I want to give the book its best chance. And so I want to make sure I'm in the right mood for it. But then I feel kind of bad because I've waited so long to read it. It's like, you need to stop procrastinating. You need to just get in the mood and just read it already. I'm crazy excited for this one. It's gonna be so amazing. I just know it. Okay, this is for sure getting read in August. I feel like this is very mysterious and gothic, and then I've got the Myrtle Hardcastle that's mysterious. So I'm definitely in the mood now. Like August is starting to give me mystery kind of vibes, I guess. So I'm definitely in the mood now for a great mysterious gothic Jane Eyre type of story. So these are the 5 review copy books that I need to read in August. But I also have a few other books on my August TBR, and as long as I'm talking about my August TBR, I might as well tell you what they are. One of my goals for this year is to finish out reading the last few books of Redwall, and this is the last one. The Rogue Crew is the very last book in the series. So this is kind of bittersweet for me. I've just read the first 9 pages or something, and I love the Redwall series. I started reading these in like 2001 in college, and I've just gradually been reading through them like one every year or something, you know. So finally I decided, okay, I just have to read the last one. But it's kind of sad when there's this series that's like 22 books and you've been reading them for 20 years and now there aren't any more. And it's doubly sad because the author passed away years ago, and so there's really no more. And after this, there's no more new adventures. All you can do is go back and revisit the old adventures. So a little bit bittersweet, but I always do love a good Redwall book. I'm also reading through The Count of Monte Cristo. I do have little tabs here where I'm keeping track of how much I need to read every day in order to finish it by the end of August. This is part of my goal for the year to reread my favorite classics, and Count of Monte Cristo is way up there, one of my top favorite classics of all time. So far, every classic that I have reread has just confirmed it as one of my favorites, and Count of Monte Cristo is no exception. I'm actually a couple of days ahead in my reading schedule because I can't stop reading it. I just get so immersed in the story and I get so excited about it. So I've partially been reading it from this delightfully battered copy, but I've also been listening to the audiobook on Audible. I really like the narrator. However, I think I might just end up just listening to the rest of it on audiobook because the translation is different. So this translation is different from the audiobook translation, so it kind of throws me off. The style of the wording that they choose is a little bit different. I would say this one has more formal wording, whereas the other one is a little more modern, maybe not quite so formal. So I feel like I just want to stick with one or the other and just call it a day. Instead of, in the beginning, I was trying to switch back and forth between them, maybe read some in the evening, but then listen to the audiobook in the morning when I'm just doing my little household chores. So I think I'm probably just gonna stick with the audiobook. I really love the narrator. He does all the different accents and the different characters' voices and stuff. And this has just confirmed Count of Monte Cristo as one of my forever favorites. It's just so fascinating. Okay, so this one needs to get read in August. And the last time that I went to book club, one of my friends let me borrow 2 of their graphic novels. These are a couple of manga that they have really loved and they thought I would like them, so I ended up borrowing these. So this is Mermaid Scales and the Town of Sand. I think this is a compilation of several different volumes or something because it's quite large. This is a standalone, for which I'm very grateful because I just really can't start any more new series right now. Especially a manga series. Mangas can be really long. This one is Josee, the Tiger and the Fish. Oh, that's just so beautiful. Such a beautiful cover. And this is another one where it's a standalone, and so I don't have to worry about starting some really lengthy manga series. So these are a couple that were not on my TBR until just a couple days ago. And I was like, they're so beautiful. I have to squeeze them in somewhere. So I have lots of great reading planned for August. I'm very pleased with how my summer goals went. I said from the beginning with this chart, if I only make it halfway, that's still a lot of great reading. And so I'm really pleased that I did the entire goal for the picture books and I got pretty close with my goal for the other books. So I'm very pleased with how this summer reading turned out, and I'm very excited for my August TBR, and I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of these things off my plate because here comes the 30 books in 30 days in September readathon. So I definitely need to get some of this stuff finished so I can prepare for that big readathon. Please leave me a comment and let me know, how has your summer reading been going and what is on your TBR for August? And of course, let me know if you are gearing up for the 30 books in 30 days readathon that is coming up next month. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and remember, the right book in the right hands at the right time can change the world.